I get itchy staring at a list of fishing kayaks, worrying about dropping a few $100 on something that might sit in the garage forever. You've probably read a handful of spec sheets and watched a couple of YouTube demos, but you still wonder if the kayak you're eyeing will actually let you spend a full day on the water without feeling cramped, while still giving you the freedom to cast, reel and maybe even eat a sandwich without having to stop paddling. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Old Town Sportsman BigWater PDL 132 is pitched as the go-to for serious open water anglers and even tournament pros. At 13 feet 2 inches long, it's one of the larger fishing kayaks you'll find in the consumer market, and it comes with a pedal drive system that promises hands-free movement. That alone changes the whole dynamic of a day on the water, but the real question is whether the trade-offs it brings are worth it for your particular fishing style. First off, let's talk about the kind of fisherman who actually benefits from a pedal drive. If you spend most of your time drifting over a lake or river, positioning yourself for the perfect bite, the ability to keep your hands on the rod is a game changer. The pedal system on the BigWater lets you maintain a steady speed while you're trolling or casting, and you can even reverse without having to step back into the cockpit. That means you can keep a live bait or a lure in the water while you adjust your position, something that a traditional paddle simply can't match. For tournament anglers who have to cover a lot of water quickly and need that extra precision, the pedal drive can shave off minutes that add up over a day. The kayak's capacity is another strong point. With a 500-pound maximum rating, you can load up a sizable rod locker, a tackle box, a cooler, and still have room for a personal seat cushion or even a small portable grill if you're feeling ambitious. The premium mesh seat with lumbar support isn't just a comfort feature, it actually helps you stay upright and steady when you're reeling in a big bass or a pike. I've seen anglers set up on similar models and spend hours in the same spot without the usual fatigue you get from a hard plastic seat. The universal transducer mounting system is also practical if you use a fish finder. You can bolt it right onto the hull without drilling or buying a third-party mount. Now, let's balance those perks with the practical downsides that only become clear after a few trips out. The first thing you'll notice is the weight. The pedal drive assembly, combined with the length of the hull, pushes the total weight well over 100 pounds. That's fine if you have a truck with a roof rack, but if you're hauling it on a small car or need to lift it onto a trailer, you'll feel the strain. The longer hull also means a steeper learning curve when it comes to launching and retrieving from a typical boat ramp. You'll need a wider, deeper ramp or a beach launch with enough space to maneuver. Otherwise you might spend half your prep time wrestling the kayak instead of actually fishing. Maintenance is another hidden cost. Pedal systems have chains, bearings and small moving parts that need periodic lubrication and occasional adjustment. If you're not comfortable doing a bit of mechanical upkeep, you might find yourself sending the kayak back to the dealer for service more often than you'd like. That's not to say the system is unreliable. It's built for the rigors of tournament use, but it does require attention that a simple paddle doesn't. So who should hit the buy button? If you're a dedicated angler who spends full days on a lake or river, wants the ability to move silently and keep your hands on the rod, and you have the space to store a 13-foot kayak plus the means to transport it, the BigWater is a solid investment. It's especially appealing if you already own a fish finder, because the transducer mount is ready to go, and if you need to carry a lot of gear, think multiple rods, a sizable cooler, and maybe a small live bait tank. The 500-pound capacity means you won't have to sacrifice anything. On the flip side, if you're a weekend paddler who enjoys occasional fishing trips, or you're just starting out and want a kayak that's easy to transport and store, you might want to look elsewhere. The pedal drive adds both cost and complexity, and the size makes it less than ideal for cramped storage spaces like a typical garage or an apartment balcony. For those who are comfortable with a paddle and don't need hands-free movement, a shorter, lighter fishing kayak will get you on the water quicker and with fewer logistical headaches. When it comes to value, the BigWater's price point is justified not by flashy tech, but by the practical benefits it delivers.